The night I stayed at Roan High Knob Shelter, I woke up at 2 a.m. and couldn't get back to sleep. So I started getting ready at 5. Little did I know, I had one of the most eventful days on the AT ahead of me. What a surreal morning. This is so cool. It was definitely an embrace the suck moment last night. It was so cold. Everything was a little bit damp and just felt like it took forever. But now I have a beautiful morning of walking ahead of me. Oh, and there's supposed to be thunderstorms tonight and on through the next couple nights. It might even start during the day today. So luckily I'm splitting a room with someone tonight and then going to a hostel after that. I'm not super excited about the fact that I'm taking 2 0 days in 1 week, but that's the way it worked out. There's no need to force myself to be out hiking during a storm just for the letter of the rule, don't take too many zeros. This is Jane Bald, and I'm sure it would be beautifully scenic if it wasn't for this fog. Oh well, just gotta embrace the foggy ambiance for what it is, and maybe I'll be back here someday. It's 9:15 now. I left at 6:30 because I woke up at 5, and I've walked 5.2 miles so far. Feels good. Also, while I'm sitting down taking a little snack break, oh look, this shelter has electricity. Just kidding. It's just a sticker. Someone told me about this prank before I fell for it myself, but that's pretty funny. When I did the Superior hiking trail in Minnesota, I kept finding 4-leaf clovers, and that led to the trail name Lucky Clover. Anyway, I think I found another one. Maybe a 5-leaf clover. Yep, 5 leaves on the same plant. That's really cool. I've been missing finding them. It's kind of like my trick that I can do. But I think I'll leave that one growing because I want a 4-leaf one to carry with me on this trail. I said that, looked again as I was standing up, and I found one! My first lucky clover of the AT. I knew that if you see one, like I saw the 5 one, there's probably another mutated one in the area. So I was like, maybe I'll see a 4 one here, and I did! How cool. This might be my favorite day on the AT, period. Everything just looks magical. I can't explain it other than that. Just this is enchanted. A carpet of little white flowers, lichen, moss, fog. Oh my gosh. Everything just looks enchanted. Venturing a whole 0.2 miles away from the trail to see Overland shelter. It was an old shelter. You're not supposed to stay in it now because it's condemned, it's falling down. But look at this. It used to be so cool when you could stay in it. There's a little bit of legend surrounding this because apparently the land was donated to be used as an AT shelter, but the ATC, the Appalachian Trail Conservancy, isn't using funds to fix it back up. So people are kind of mad about that. Now I'm headed back here because they say there's the best privy on the whole AT here. It's a great view. Let's see for ourselves. Well, no view today. I probably should have seen that coming. But, I don't know, man. This fog is awesome in itself. That was just so cool. I'm really glad that I'm not giving myself a deadline to try to get this done by. Just exploring this place and taking time to notice the flowers and think about how cool it all looks. This has just been the best morning ever. The conditions are arduous, and I do not care. This is awesome. Here I am in the fog and the rain walking uphill. Woo! This is invigorating. Coming up the hill, the wind was blocked for me, and now I'm walking directly into it. Maybe I spoke too soon when I said I love this. What a wild ride that was. That was an hour being in the wind and the rain. Can't see 100 feet in front of you. I thought it was fun, honestly, but I worry about my friends behind me that might not have as good of gear. Okay, this isn't that fun anymore. I'm cold, my feet hurt, and I'm ready to be there already. I kind of wish I hadn't have taken so long in the mystical fairy tale land, because I would probably be there a lot faster than I'm gonna be. Actually, P.S. I don't really regret taking as long as I did. That was really cool. It's gonna be a memory. I just also really wish I was out of the cold right now. into something dry. I couldn't hold on till lunch. Had to stop, and I think I feel water getting in through the seam in my rain pants. So, great. Gonna be more uncomfortable. It's definitely warmer down here, which I really appreciate. And it stopped raining. Still, might be 3 miles or so to where I'm going, but it's nice to not be cold. I can hear the road, and what a sound it is. So glad. Today, I think, has been my sorest day. My knees hurt. My feet hurt because there's been a lot of rocks and roots with my ultra trail runners. You know, you feel the ground beneath you pretty exactly. So when I walk on hard things like that, it really doesn't feel good after a while. Whew, my back hurts because I think my pack was kind of slipping around when it was wet. Oh my gosh. Can't wait to get there. This is a culture shock to be out of the woods and next to something so loud and so fast moving. It's me! Woohoo!
Gotta be right after last call.
Yeah, right after the last
Right
call.
after.
Well, here's the room. Fancy stained glass window. Nice bed. So far, I took a shower, ate some pizza. We were sitting around downstairs, but I am just too tired now. It's like 7 o'clock, and I'm gonna start getting ready for bed. But remember, I did wake up at 2 a.m., so now it's not super out of the ordinary that I'm this tired. I'm on my way to breakfast, billed as the best breakfast on the AT. I'll be the judge of that.
Toast, which we serve with the local sourwood honey and pecans. On our egg souffle, hash brown casserole, kebab, and ham, the tomato pie, ham and red pepper quiche, tomato caprese with balsamic vinegar, cherry cream cheese, Danish. No, this one's raspberry. And these are Mountain Dew apple dumplings, cheesecake, pineapple, truffle, trifle, lemon cake, chocolate Kahlua cake. The muffins are cranberry orange, some bagels with a little everything on it. This egg dish has got pierogies in it, and that's if you think it's ravioli, it's actually Polish. It has our homemade granola. Also, you can make a parfait of the Greek yogurt and it's French vanilla. So. Let's start the line going.
Someone said this was like Thanksgiving, but with breakfast food. We definitely had the same stuffed and sleepy feeling afterward. Okay, decision time. Was that the best breakfast on the AT? Probably. It was amazing. It was $16, and I thought, would I pay $16 for this in a restaurant? Yes, in a heartbeat. So much food. They had syrups for the coffee, so you could make your own little flavor, and fancy food, too. My only bummer was that they ran out of pierogies before I could get up in line, because I was towards the end of the line. But That's okay. And very a nice feeling to be in a home. It was really a B&B, but it felt like a house. And I was like, wow, my clothes are clean and comfortable. This couch is clean and comfortable. My hair is clean and comfortable. Such a feeling. You forget how good you have it when you're not on trail all the time. P.S. This is really my best outfit I've found in the loner clothes. This is so comfy. I wish I didn't have to give it back because I'm moving from this B&B to a hostel down the road. I got reservations there for Friday and Saturday. Because of the storm, I was planning Thursday stay out. I'm really glad I didn't. Friend let me crash here, and now I have to move. So I don't want to. Also, I'm thinking of giving up my reservation for Saturday because that seems like a lot. But also, I'm so tired. I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. For now, I gotta get moving to the other hostel. I found a dress in their loner clothes. I thought it would be cool and comfy, but I felt a tad overdressed. Then I lucked out and got a sandwich the kitchen made extra. Then it started to pour. What do you think, Vanilla?
I do not want to be out there in the wilderness right now.
But it only lasted like 10 minutes. I got to try Mountain Delight Brunch Stout from the same brewery I tried in Hot Springs. It was rich, chocolatey, coffee. 10 out of 10 from me. I spent most of the day working on videos, but I took a break for dinner. This is called Hiker Mac and Cheese. And of course, karaoke night.
Some breakfast at the station at 19E. There you go.
Free advertising.
Well, I've decided I definitely am not going to double zero. Yesterday's zero was good, but the weather really wasn't that bad. It rained a little bit, it didn't even storm. So, oh well, at least we were safe. Back to trail today. Really do not want to. I'm just, you know, I'd rather lay around some more, but time's a wasting. The two places I stayed were pretty interesting. The B&B, Mountain Harbor B&B, nice place, community, hostel vibes. You had to pay for laundry, had to pay for breakfast, but really good breakfast, really fancy. The station at 19E was also very same community hostel vibes. Both places weren't like fancy. They were very hiker oriented, but that's, you know, to be expected out here. What I liked about that place was there was free laundry. You did have to pay for coffee though. It was 50 cents for your second cup. Interesting to see the difference between those two. They were really about the same in the grand scheme of things.
It was at like 45 minutes earlier.
Sorry. I just went in that waterfall and it was awesome! Getting in the waterfall was so fun, so invigorating. It was so cold, it was hard to breathe a little bit, but super fun. Then a bunch of us hikers were eating rocks, eating lunch all together on the rocks. Oh, good times. Except then I got very cold because the sun went away and I was wearing wet clothes. But that's okay. So worth it.
Can we pass the other so we can have fires again?
Yep.
the end of week 5. My first month on trail. We actually passed the 400-mile mark today, but no one had it on the ground spelled out in rocks, so I didn't know it was 400 miles. But man, really into the swing of things now, huh? I don't want it to be 1/6 over. I'm still having so much fun. If this is the first video in this series that you're watching, at the end of every week I sit down and answer the same 5 questions so that when we look back it's cool to see how things change. And the first question is, how did the landscape and season change? As for season, still sometimes warm, sometimes cold, but the landscape, it was so beautiful this week. I've noticed a lot more plants that I think are going to be raspberry plants. Dogwood flowers are still out. A lot of wildflowers are around, and that's so beautiful. Today has been not that hilly, and really I don't think it's been that challenging this week. It's been nice. Very beautiful though. Probably my most scenic week yet, for sure. The common experience on trail, well, definitely everyone was worried about the thunderstorm that was supposed to be, these past 3 days that never really happened. Everyone was really bummed. That everyone I was around anyways was really bummed about not having good views in the Rhone Highlands. Supposed to be epic, but it was foggy for us, and everyone's kind of, I guess bonding over the fact that we didn't get to see it. Also, everyone loved karaoke last night too. Everyone keeps saying today, man, how fun was that? And talking about, oh, who did that song? Oh, yeah, that part, blah, blah, blah. My favorite memory this week was definitely karaoke too. That was just so fun, and something I might not ever get to do on trail again. Everyone was singing along and just so in the moment, and it was a blast. The problem I was trying to solve last week, I don't know how clearly I said it, but basically I was thinking when I started the trail, I was I want to have some middle ground between meeting cool people and hiking with them and going at a pace that really works for me. And last week I was okay, now I need to define where that middle ground is exactly. And I didn't really find a solution to that. Well, I don't know even if it's a problem, just something I was trying to work on. But I'm just taking it one day at a time. We got to camp at 3 p.m. today, and I was man, I could be spending this time hiking and gaining miles, getting further. But at the same time, it's also so awesome to be laughing around the campfire with people that, you aren't meeting for the first time. I'm just taking it one day at a time still and just figuring out that middle ground as I go. The problem I would like to work on next week, there's not really a standout thing that's going wrong, but I think I want to get better at carrying the right amount of food, because it seems like my food bag is always so full I can't close it, but I'm oh, I wish I had tuna, oh, I wish I had cheese, so I need to finesse the food that I get a little more. And what I learned this week, okay, so in the hostel last night, the person that worked at the hostel made brownies, and she said, everyone gets one except you have to tell me a life lesson that you learned on the trail. And mine was that I'm more capable than I realize. And that's not just something I learned this week, but thinking about everything that's happened to me, I didn't really know what the trail would throw at me, but so far, meeting the challenges head on and soaking in the good parts, and I do have a lot of outdoor knowledge that I guess I didn't realize until I needed to apply it every day. It was a beautiful week. It was a really, really fun week. It was kind of weird how I took 2 zeros, but that's just how it worked out. I wasn't planning on the second one, but then thunderstorm, have to not be out in that, so that was just kind of a coincidence. But at the same time, I'm not super worried about the miles right now, so no big deal. It was a great week, and I am so thankful that there's many to come after this.